All right, welcome back to the COS Business Podcast, the number one podcast in Colorado Springs.
Today, our highlighted sponsor is Pinnacle Advanced Primary Care.
Nice. We love Pinnacle Advanced Primary Care. Mr. Travis, he's great.
Mm-hmm.
He was a
Go
guest
check
on
out
the
his
show.
episode.
Exactly. Awesome. Well, today we have a very special guest, Mr. Ryan Hodges with IKF Point Muay Thai. Thank you so much for coming on to our show, man.
No, I'm really grateful to be here. I was seeing your guys' your Instagram, and I mean, it's been prestige on what you guys are doing, and yeah, it's an honor for me to kind of share with you guys my platform, what we've been growing, what we brought to Colorado Springs, to Texas, to Nevada. It's been a journey, guys, and thank you so much for allowing me to be on your guys' podcast, and let's do it.
Yeah, we love awesome businesses, and to hear that your business is so awesome that it's spreading to other states, that's awesome. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, let's start from the very beginning. I think that would be probably best because you're not from Colorado Springs originally. You said your wife's a native.
Yes.
Right? But let's start with the start of your business and how everything started for you.
Okay, yeah, let's break it down. So I was an athlete out of high school, went to state and wrestling, placed in state, got into judo and kind of combat sports in a sense, football, baseball, all that stuff. And I was kind of burnt out in wrestling as well. So instead of going into, wrestling and following my path like my brother was doing, my buddy his name was Howard. He got me into the Marine Corps. And I was just like, I don't know about that, but I didn't want to, I had a scholarship to wrestling and everything. And I didn't want to take it because martial arts in a sense it takes a lot. Right. And I was so burnt out. I was like, man, I might as well just join the war because I'm coming from like a small town, you know what I mean, of Olivers, California, right?
Okay.
Kind of near Marysville and Yuba City. Joined the Marine Corps, but my brother at the time was in college, and he's actually he started wrestling, right? But he was over it because wrestlers know this too, that it takes a lot. Honestly, it's a little different than MMA because there's no money in wrestling, right? So MMA, you could kind of build your career and start making a little bit of dough, right? So Daniel got into MMA, and he had his first fight, he rear naked choked the guy, and then his second fight he fought Frank Shamrock's nephew or Ken Shamrock's nephew. It's all online. You can see his name's Daniel Hodges, but he ended up getting, I think he got like armbarred. So. But at that time, Daniel started training me in kind of martial arts, not Muay Thai at the time, right? So Daniel and he had a girlfriend at the time, right? He was going to college and, training in MMA. I called him like, Dan, you got to go with me to boot camp. So, so he ended up going with me to boot camp, but he had a girlfriend at the time, right? And you know how that goes sometimes, like leaving, your girl that your first love and kind of doing something that's like crazy, right? She didn't take that too lightly, I would say. So anyways, Daniel ran away from MEPS. MEPS is pretty much when you swear in.
Wow.
But he ended up going with me to boot camp, and boot camp was crazy. I ended up almost drowning in boot camp, and yeah, it was wild. But Daniel and I, that's when I started gravitating to Muay Thai. Is in boot camp and Marine Corps basic training. So we would, on our square weight time, instead of like writing letters, we would be, boom, 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 like hitting the pads, right? And our drill instructor would be there always watching us. And I was like, man, I'm kind of getting the hang of this. I want to start fighting. Should I keep on going?
Yeah, oh yeah,
okay,
this is
of course, yeah.
Okay. But Daniel and I, were squad leaders in the Marine Corps, and kind of we got 300 PFT. 300 PFT is like kind of like the best you can get for like physical fitness test, doing the pull-ups and the sit-ups and stuff, and like the rifle shooting, but it was intense. Okay,
that's crazy. Okay, let's dial that back because you said you got a really good score out of your PT training, right? Where did you guys learn how to shoot? Like, you're just a good shot naturally, or what?
Yeah, we didn't know how to shoot at all. I mean, I
never
shot a weapon ever.
Okay.
Until then?
Yeah, until then.
Nice.
So we ended up like getting expert rifle.
Good eyesight then, I'm assuming. Then.
Yeah, I guess so, man. I guess we got blessed, with
and you guys
shooting.
probably were, when you guys did pick it up, you were practicing rigorously, I assume?
Yeah, I mean, when you go into Marine Corps boot camp, you kind of go like a week or two to like rifle training. So then you kind of learn how to shoot, how to dial your sights, how to, make sure your gun doesn't jam, how to load, how to take apart your weapon, all that stuff, so you kind of like master the rifle.
Yeah.
Right. So you kind of like, dial in like how to shoot, right? Unless you're like an idiot and you're just, flunking.
Now a word from our sponsors. Pinnacle Advanced Primary Care. Pinnacle Advanced Primary Care is a healthcare company. Do you know what they do?
Yeah, so you just pay a monthly subscription.
So essentially they help you have better healthcare, more affordable healthcare.
Wow.
That's pinnacleapc.com. Fast Signs. Fast Signs enhances your business visibility with custom signs, graphics, and marketing materials. Discover innovative branding solutions tailored to your needs at fastsigns.com. Cars Helping Charities.
Cars Helping Charities. Donate your car and make an impact with Cars Helping Charities. Your donation supports various causes with easy free pickup service. Make a difference today at carshelpingcharities.org. And what charity are we going to use today?
We're going to use Mattersville.
Mattersvillevets.org, right?
Yes. Mattersvillevets.org. That's what we're going to use.
Absolutely. Check them out, guys. They are a tiny house community based in Sedalia, Colorado, but they have locations all over, including other parts of Colorado. I think they have Hartselle as well that they just set up as well. Kansas locations, Florida locations.
Yeah, Kansas, the one, it's in Olathe. Olathe.
Oh, I didn't even know. That's a hard one to pronounce for sure. Check them out, guys.
After that, we got out, of course, had a deployment to Afghanistan, a war tour over there. That was tough. Of course, war is never easy. Lost my buddy over there and kind of got Dear John lettered over there and stuff. So it was like kind of a really, I was in a dark space. I was like 19 at the time. I witnessed a manslaughter. I seen 3 traditions of family die, a Negrete family. RIP to them with Bertha Negrete. Like she was like one of my good friends over there in high school and middle school and junior.
Oh gosh.
So I seen like, this is a little dark in the sense, but I didn't want to go here, but we're just vibing. But yeah, I ended up seeing, the whole family, get killed on a whole accident. So like it really kind of hit me hard, you know what I mean? But I kind of just, I had to keep moving forward in life, forward march. That's what my, the guy I was telling you, Johnny Davis, the one who the creator of the PMT. So after that, like I was in a dark spot, but I snapped out of it through Muay Thai because I was like, I need to compete because I'm an athlete. I got away from that. And, I started getting into, partying and, the clubbing scene and kind of more of that energy, kind of drifting off to who I am as a man, as a person. You following?
Yeah.
So I got into Muay Thai and I started kind of like really dialing in my psyche around that, kind of saving me from that dark energy that I was, because there's the light and there's the dark, right? And kind of you have a path to take, and we can't be victims of what happens in our life. If it is whatever, you have to create your own roadshow. You can't let it create it yourself. I mean, the darkness create your roadshow, right? So I got into Muay Thai and I started fighting and it was great. I won. Actually, with the PMT, the business that I'm in now, that I've been doing for 12 years, I actually got DQ'd by my brother when he was reffing, when we were starting this whole company up, right? Because he would like have me like compete, against everyone in a sense,
What's
to kind
DQ?
of build it. I disqualified.
Okay, gotcha.
Because I did a legal trip. Because I was like, I was a wrestler and I was an MMA guy. You know what I mean? So yeah, I've been in the Point Muay Thai circuit. After that, let's break it down. I had Daniel come in with me. He broke up with his girlfriend. We were living in a 2-bedroom with like 6 other guys. Daniel and I were just living in a bedroom, just him and I, just on a mattress together, just trying to just work it out, like survive in a sense. Like it wasn't living, it was like surviving. Like, hey, how are we gonna get food? How are we gonna do this? Like, what should we do? How should we hustle to get money? And I remember like we had Johnny Davis was the creator of Point Muay Thai, and he gave the reins to Daniel because Daniel, when I was like deployed and doing my Marine Corps stuff, right, Daniel was fighting as well, and he won 3 IKF titles under Johnny Davis because he transitioned from MMA to Muay Thai. You guys following? After that, like I said, we came from a poor family, so like we're just trying to make it, my brother and I together. So Daniel Johnny Davis, like the creator of the whole semi-contact. Anything semi-contact Muay Thai is from Johnny. He was the originator, right? So he moved. So there was nothing going on. There's no semi-contact Muay Thai, like barely any Muay Thai really going on in California. And when Daniel moved in with me, we were just going to college. This is after I got out of the Marine Corps, of course, and then I was fighting and everything. There's a lot to kind of break down here, so I'm trying to kind of like track it easy for you guys. So Daniel moved in, and he started doing the PKBs. They called it PKBs at the time, point kickboxing. Okay. Then we kind of started doing point Muay Thai, because we're Muay Thai guys, right? So the PKB was the originator, point kickboxing. All sanctioned by the IKF, International Kickboxing Federation, which Steve Folsom was the president. He was doing it since he was like 1990 before he passed away. Older guy, good guy now. And that's a whole nother story too. So after that, Daniel got into the point Muay Thai business of what we do, semi-contact sparring circuit, you would call it. And he was getting paid maybe like $100 to go to these shows and just try to just make it, try to grow it, because everyone was pretty much kind of knocking it, because Muay Thai people, and people can be very critical in a sense. Not that it's a bad thing sometimes, but yeah, like here was like pretty bad, because they would say, oh, it's not real Muay Thai. There's no elbows, it's not full contact.
Right.
And we had people really kind of just, attacking it. So Daniel started for, I think, maybe a year or two when he, of course, like when he moved in with me, and he was done fighting in a sense, because you can't fight all the time, because it costs money, and when you're broke, you can't really do it. So after Daniel and I kind of had a talk, and when I got out and I was going to college, we had a talk to like, hey, let's really just stop everything and let's put our minds together, put our energy together, and let's work it. So we got in our 1989 Honda Accord and drove to all the gyms and just kind of started just putting it out there. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that happened, but yeah, here we are. So
yeah, let's talk about where you are today. So there's a lot that's happened, and this was starting, and I think you were saying you grew up in a small town, and then I'm assuming there was a period of time when you were in San Diego living. Did it the initial thought of all this start in San Diego, or where were you guys based when this all kind of was birthed?
Okay. So when Daniel moved out here, it was more of like kind of just getting away, and I was just being a brother there for him to kind of just take him in, and I was in the Marine Corps at the time.
Got it.
And that's when I really kind of dialed in on fighting, and Daniel was my coach.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my brother was my coach, and he kind of took me to my first amateur fight, and I won, even though like I got almost freaking knocked out, because I was a wrestler, so it'd always be like, kind of going in and
shooting.
The guy was up kicking me in the face.
Oh my gosh.
And like kept on doing it until I realized, kind of, I started kind of understanding it.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to fight really, but I was an athlete.
Yeah, there's that. I guess your aptitude for learning fighting is probably high. Like you're.
Yeah, I was kind of dialing it out. I was kind of understanding like, okay, this is a chess game. How can I win this guy? This guy has really good up kicks. Let's go a different route. Let's not move forward. Let's maybe cut the angles and stuff. Oh, it's horrible. I could show you my fight later, but yeah, it was ugly. But I was able to get the job done. After that, that's kind of when this really started kind of taking. Not I want to say taking off, but we started kind of having some hope. Like, oh, we could do this here. Even though like our first event that we had like, one fighter like fighting like 5 times, and it was.
Oh wow!
But it was cool because like I was like really in the EDM scene, so I had like I had a DJ battle halftime show.
Oh, that's awesome!
I had like a massage therapist, so I had like a lot of like vendors and stuff, like people coming.
Yeah,
I had the cops come because we had a noise complaint and almost got arrested. It was crazy.
Is this still in San Diego?
Yeah, it's
okay,
Oceanside.
Gotcha.
But anyways, to answer your question, I think it was kind of like after my first full rules fight is when we kind of like, hey, let's put our minds together. And sometimes it doesn't work out with family,
right?
But I think Daniel is such a beautiful person. He's like the best brother I could ask for. And you know,
Yeah,
being in
sometimes
sync with him.
sometimes it doesn't work out, but then you got all these great businesses that are,
Yeah.
you know, they got brothers at the end of their name, you know. And
Yeah, that's true.
Disney was founded with him and his brother, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it does work. Even like my wife, you know, my wife and I work really well together. She handles all the emails, and we all have our rules, but it's all a team. Like, it wouldn't be just me. It's all about us, right? I'm not like an ego. Like, oh yeah, I got to be on this mic or do this, or I have to present the bell. It's like, no, it's a community. You know, we're all one here in a sense. We're all one race. We're all connected.
We're all alive.
Yeah,
the people
we're
that
all
are
living
alive.
and breathing. Of course, like, some people kind of drift off to, you know, a different place, but we all come back in sync. We all got, you know, one thing in common too is, you know, is depth, of course. But
yeah, the older I get, the smaller the world gets. It feels.
yeah, and having like finding your circle too of the people, you know, like how you guys started developing this and kind of trusting each other, and yeah, you guys are gonna go far because of your unity and the energy that you guys kind of give off and what you give to the community. It's important. It's important to give back. So yeah, that's pretty much how we started. I mean, we started from the grassroots level, and some two ghetto white boys is trying to make it, fighting our way to the top.
That's awesome.
So
Well, so where are you guys at now? Because there's been a whole lot, and we were talking before we started filming, but
yeah,
I mean, there's a whole lot that you guys do. You're talking about community.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole nonprofit attached to what you guys do now too. So talk a little bit more now where you guys are at today.
cool. Yes, sir. All right. So fast forward, let's fast forward like 7 years, because we started kind of doing a little more shows when we were 22. We probably did like maybe 4 or 5 shows when we were 22, 23. And, you know, now I'm 34. Okay. My brother's 36. Let's go. So we probably do around 75 shows now. We franchise this
A year or?
Yeah.
Holy
Okay.
cow.
75 shows a year. We franchise this with, you know, really good people like one of my good friends, Rafael Mendoza with Born to Win. He created this whole promotion company that I'm in partnership with him. Jordan Dodge with Santa Cruz Fight Club. We got Jaguar Muay Thai with Sacramento. We have someone that's really amazing is Arjon Carlos and his wife Veronica, and their kids are doing a fantastic job in Texas. We actually had the largest event over in Texas with about 260 athletes.
What city?
Texas. You know what's crazy?
Just the whole state?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it was in Duncanville. Sorry.
Oh, gotcha.
Sorry. It was in Duncanville, Texas. Was at the Duncanville Fieldhouse. The manager's super cool, but just to build it out there, I you know what's crazy, guys, too. When I started out there, like I think 2 or 3 years ago, Arjon wasn't with me, right? He's a master, right? So I went with this other guy because, you know, I didn't know where his head was at. So I went with this Armenian guy, right? I'm not gonna say any names. Might cause backlash for sure. But this promoter, I did a show with him, and he got so greedy. He tried to take the Point Muay Thai name, and he tried to do a show without me, and like, you know, of course, the universe kind of shut him down.
Give
in
him
a
some
sense.
karma. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But it's just kind of it's crazy in this world where you really have to dial in on who you put your energy into and who you give your ideas to, because they'll take that from you, they'll steal it from you, you know, and they'll use it for their own personal gain. And I try to be as righteous as possible and try to give as much as I can, but I can't be naive because it is business.
Yeah.
Right. Especially with my platform, money, you know, money's energy, but you have to kind of direct that in the right way.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I'm sure there's been a lot of instances in your career where there's been, I know for me in my career, owning the business, I've come across a lot of snake oil salesmen,
for sure.
a lot of people I've trusted who have gone and backstabbed me. And I think that's part of the journey, especially as you kind of get through your career, you know, and if you do that, you put enough mileage on this thing, you're going to come across several of those instances. So do you have any more instances? Because that was a pretty good one, what you were talking about, that guy taking your rights or trying to take the rights to, you know, your name and try to put on his own promotion. But is there any other, and then what were the learning lessons from that? Because you're saying like obviously you don't want to operate jaded, but you got to operate smarter moving forward and who you trust. And maybe that's in the form of a contract, but tell us a little bit more about that.
I had a couple more for sure. a guy I was working with for years, probably 9 to 10 years. But I would say this is more of like maybe like a natural phenomenon. He didn't like the change that I wanted to do for the organization. And he was like, well, I'm gonna do my own thing. He kind of started his own, his own platform. Same thing that I'm doing, in a sense. It is what it is, and it is what it is. I mean, the universe works in these mysterious ways, but it did hurt, and it taught me a lesson on having contracts, having NDAs, so these people can't steal everything that I given to them, and then I don't get any credit in the aftermath, right? We're in Muay Thai, right? It's a Buddhist philosophy of self mastery and loyalty and giving, and it boggles my mind when people, they have no honor or loyalty. But we are also in America, capitalistic society, where every man for themselves, in a sense. So.
And now a word from our sponsors. Planet Duct. So do you want to tell us a little bit about who Planet Duct is?
What do they do, Andrew?
Air duct cleaning. Planet Duct is an amazing air duct cleaning company here in Colorado Springs. Most powerful vacuums.
Most powerful vacuums?
Vacuums are more powerful than the vacuum of space. Franchise Succeed.
All right, so Franchise Succeed is a company that takes mid-sized businesses and they help them expand them nationwide.
Yeah, they help them become a franchise. A cool business for anyone who is looking to franchise their business and expand their business and scale their business. They have the resources that you need. Ron Burgundy and you're Christine Applegate.
Yeah, I love it.
Neon Pig.
Neon Pig Creative is a graphic design agency located in downtown Colorado Springs. They are artists, communicators, and lovers of our community. Their team provides branding, websites, design, and development, and print design with...
It's so good, guys. Check them out. Neon Pig Creative. They're great. They're located in downtown Colorado Springs, just by Brakeman's Burgers. It's a good spot, so check them out. They do really good branding.
Epic Eyewear. Epic Eyewear brings style and clarity with their affordable veteran-owned sunglasses. From polarized to sports eyewear, find your perfect pair with a lifetime warranty at epiceyewear.com. Redefine mortgages.
So this company pretty much caters to their first-time home buyers, low credit scores, and more.
That's true. They do.
Yep. So start your journey with redefinemortgages.com.
That's redefinemortgages.com. Exponential impact.
Andrew, this is a sick spot that you got here, my man.
Oh, I wonder what it is.
What is it?
It's exponential impact.
Oh, what is that, man? This is so cool.
Exponential Impact is a startup accelerator incubator who really helps tech businesses get the funding they need to really grow their tech company. Exponentialimpact.com.
Yeah, there's this other guy too that was just oh man. I'd like to do a PMT with him one-on-one. That was over in kind of like the LA region. That just flat out just really tried to like take everything that I worked for. And then he comes to one of my shows too. I'm like, just cool, it's all about the athletes, right? But take one of your assistant coaches or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had my fair share of people, like we all do, of ripping off our ideas and kind of utilizing it for their own internal gain. But at the end of the day, we're all here, and I'm here, and it's the largest, best, I don't want to say best because it's kind of egotistical, but the largest, I would say, semi-contact Muay Thai circuit in the world today. So
You could also be considered as proud and not egotistical.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I can't lie. I mean, it is like this. Last year we had over, I think, 7,500 athletes register through our platform, and it's just crazy to see the growth. And kind of giving these athletes like a perspective on fighting in the full contact leagues, and giving these other promoters, amateur promoters, a chance to even get more fighters from our circuit. I'm all about working together. But when you want to hate and spread lies and be a snake in the grass, like that's what I'm saying. You don't have my respect. You have to give respect to get respect, right? And I'm not that naive child anymore. Back in the day when I would just give and give.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Yeah, that's very important. And I think that you probably have some level of grit to you. I mean, you're a Marine, right? It takes a level of grit to become a Marine, and the things that you saw overseas. My best friend was deployed in Afghanistan as well. And I know there's a lot of things from that experience that were obviously negative, but there's also a lot that you can take from that situation, and it really tests how you react to certain situations, and it gives you a level of, I guess I would say, I don't know if I want to say ceiling, but it gives you a level of like understanding like what you're really made of in crazy situations. Do you think that's translated into your business now, as far as you've been through some things, and so like some things in business might not be like, oh, that's not that big of a deal to me because I've been through so many other things in life, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I could have gave up a while ago, right? From all the trials and tribulations, the heartbreaks, and kind of like the ego deaths as well, as I went on this journey, because there are so many battles in my mind. Like, I think as all of us, our self-esteem, our confidence, like, you know, us wanting to kind of do something, but we're scared, living in that fear, you know, getting screwed over, not having money. You know, we had to, like, my brother and I had to like live in a car for a little bit, trying to do this business. So there's been, like you said, there's many obstacles and levels to this game as a promoter to be where we're at today at this caliber. And anyone who wants to try to do this, man, good luck. Choke D is what they say. Choke D is pretty much like, you know, good luck in Thai.
So it's not choke on D.
Yeah. Okay. Right? Yeah, right? But man, guys, it's been a journey, but I'm so grateful to where I'm at today. I appreciate everyone who's been supporting me, who's trusted me, who has you know, had honor and stuck by my side and not tried to, like, you know, screw me over.
Yeah.
Kind of respected on who I am. You know, I try to be the best leader I can. Of course, like, we fall short at times, but the learning in life is endless, you know. It's constant growth. Like, you know, I'm still nothing. There's so much more to this roadshow of my life to kind of grow the community, help people out, light work, give back more than I can right now. And be the best version I can be. You know what I mean? So this is just the beginning, to be honest. Like, I'm just hitting my 30s, so, well, 34, but, you know, we're not counting.
I'm right behind you. 33. Just hit 33.
We're chaining around,
yeah, we're chilling. We're chilling, guys.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of fighters, like you said, underneath your brand now. And we talked a little bit about this too before filming, but like, what can a fighter expect, and like, what do they get as far as like being a part of your brand?
Awesome. Good question, brother. So our platform pretty much incubates the fighters to the full contact level. And even if they don't want to fight amateur, they can stick with us. We have a ranking structure. So they have, like, we give out special awards at the end of the year with like cool tie awards if you're first place, second place, third place, because that builds camaraderie and it builds competition. And also, we're sending 5 fighters to Thailand that from our PMT that been like ranking up. You know, they have, if they're undefeated with like 7-0, they get a full ride scholarship to Thailand. Since my brother and I already fought out there and experienced that and been through it, and that's a crazy story as well, going to Thailand fighting like years ago. That's another story. Crazy. Maybe we could brush on that too. Maybe another podcast. So. But anyways, that's what we give them. We give them, you know, a platform where they could rank up, see their rankings, mommy, daddy, you know, whatever. Grandparents can look at their names and see, oh, you know, I'm ranked number 4. Oh, I'm ranked number 7. Oh, I might be going to Thailand. You know, I might have my life changed going to Thailand to fight out there, because you get paid to fight out there and all this stuff. So to give back, and also like what Parents as is our nonprofit, our 501(c), our Nak Muay Foundation, which gifts that to them.
So what's how's the profit structure? How is that structured? Like, you have these tournaments, so how do you make money essentially?
Yeah. So pretty much the profit, how it works is, you know, the fighters register, of course, they pay a fee to us, and then the spectators, of course, and then also like vendors or sponsors or this or that, and then pretty much kind of that's how like the revenue stream is working out. And then of course, like with our officials, we pay, you know, our judges, our referees, our timekeepers, you know, our front staff. So with other organizations, they don't pay, right? So we're all about, like, remember how I was saying money is energy? You have to give money to people, because that's the currency we live in, right? It's not the barter and exchange system. It's, you know, it's currency. So to, you know, to make them happy and also make them do a good job, you pay them with currency, right? So we pay our judges good, we pay our referees good, our medical team. We have a whole medical team that makes sure, hey, if someone gets, breaks a leg. We had, years back, we had someone do a kick and they're new. They don't know how to kick. They snap their shin bone. You know what I mean? Or someone, they get sweep. They don't know how to break their arm, dislocation. We have really, and like a lot of two of our referees are super good at putting dislocations in. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
But yeah, that's kind of how the pay structure works. Fighter registration fee, of course, the ticket sales, the vendors, and then of course, our overhead would be our staff, sanctioning, insurance, awards, the venue, of course,
Right.
Probably a whole bunch of other stuff too that I'm not thinking of. Flights, travel, hotels, food.
Oh yeah.
Probably some more miscellaneous stuff that I never track. I try to do the best of my accounting at the end of the day, but if some $100, $200, $300 slip by, sorry.
That's a pretty good breakdown, to be honest with you.
Yeah. We try and make it really simple, especially with our franchising of course to bring in these promoters on. We're giving them something, and what I've been doing too is I've been really naive on that. I've been giving them everything, but kind of taking just a little bit of it. Even though I'm giving them my whole concept, but I'm already have a network of we have over 40,000 emails, 70,000 fighters in our database. It's nuts, guys. I'm telling you, it's so overwhelming sometimes that our system crashes.
Yeah, 7,000 fighters. That's a
lot.
lot.
It's crazy because a lot of people just fight and debut, and they don't want to do it anymore. We've been doing this since I was 20.
Yeah.
I'm 34 now, so 14 years, and
Wow.
And now these last 3 years we've been having over 40 events. It's been crazy. It's crazy. Our economics too on our when we're doing because I was doing accounting, doing my own taxes and stuff on Excel. Now it's dude, there's no way, dude. I was trying to do it today actually, and I was man, there's no way I could do this anymore.
Yeah.
It's just too much. There's so many moving parts. And I'm wow.
What an awesome problem.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm oh, it's kind of stressful a little bit. I'm oh man, I got to get a bookkeeper or something.
Yeah,
Shoot, I got to figure that out because I'm not really a businessman in a sense. I'm really not.
You're a fighter.
I'm a fighter. I'm for the fight. I'm from the fighter.
And a promoter.
Yeah, for the fighters. Yeah, and now I'm at this point in my life where I'm running 5 states, 15 promoters, and when I really think about it, guys, it's pretty wild how it's moving so quick, and the economics of it too, and the financials and the financial statement. Like I said, I was just doing the accounting, and I was holy crap. One show there was over $80,000 in expenses. I was huh? And sometimes I don't win. Sometimes I go out there. I did a pro show in Texas, and that's another guy. That kind of didn't go right. This guy wanted to promote his own show, do his own thing. And sure enough, I was stuck with all the bills, and it was over 80 grand or something. I was out maybe $27,000 and then in the negatives. Sometimes it's not always rainbows and butterflies that people think, oh, I'm a promoter, I'm making all this money. Nah, it's sacrifice, and it can be stressful. Money can be, financial stress sucks,
Yes.
But it is what it is, and I keep moving forward, and I know who I am, so.
That's good.
Yeah.
As a person who's put on events before, I understand the stress of being out 5 figures and being what the heck am I going to do to make that up? Or do I need to keep putting things on? Right. And especially in my early days putting on events, it was,
he's a badass event organizer.
But
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's intense. So I totally get where you're coming from with that. But one thing I wanted to know too, just because we were talking about Thailand and
Yes, sir.
I mean, how do we stack up against them over there, or do we not stack up against them over there?
Not yet.
Not
no
yet.
way. I mean, they're fighting every week.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those high level Thai fighters.
It's like a way of life.
Yeah. I mean, we're slowly getting there because we're having more competitions in America, and it's kind of getting to a point what we're doing with the semi-contact as well. We're having events every other weekend. It's all about experience. Experience is life. And if my platform can bring it to you to be the best, in USA, I'm all for it. Maybe go to the Olympics. I mean, who knows when that's going to happen, but if I could be a small little part of that to help build and put USA on the map in a sense and start from this grassroots level from the Point Muay Thai circuit. I think another couple years, guys, and we're nearly there. But yeah, you go over there and you fight a Thai. Yeah, it sucks.
The Tony Jaa. You know Tony Jaa?
Yeah, of course.
I figured you would. Yeah, that's where I learned about Muay Thai was from him. With the flying elbows and all that stuff. All the ropes around his arms,
right? Yeah, but it's cool. It's
stuff.
cool with the culture, with like the Ram Muay and kind of like the tradition with the Mong Kon stuff. It's all like a heritage, and it's a beautiful art of tradition. Being spiritual and kind of having honor in the ring. Like win or lose, losing is learning. There's no like ego. You go to a Thai fight, you'll hear, like when I fought over there, you're gonna hear like people hitting the canvas because they're live betting. It's all legal there, And of course, there's like Thai only seating too. It's
just like at a movie almost.
It was nuts, guys. I felt like, I swear, like I was like had an out of body experience when I was in the ring looking at my Thai fighter. But anyways,
that's crazy.
Yeah, to go over there and fight in Thailand, I mean, it's a different breed. It's like American football here. That's Thailand. Like everyone's next Thai fight, you see all the Thai people that's what they do. It's Muay Thai or soccer, or it's Muay Thai or becoming a ladyboy. Like no BS. Like
really,
you're fighting, and that's how it is. That's how they get money. After
so that's crazy because those are two extremes.
It's it. Like, all right, sorry, buddy.
That in there.
Like, you're being a ladyboy or being a Thai fighter, man. It is what it is.
One's like super like aggro, and one's like super the opposite of aggro.
Yeah. But I mean, after like my brother and I fought out there, we just gave our money to we ended up winning, and we ended up giving the money to the family because like all the families there, guys. Like you have the fighter there, and then you have like freaking the kids, and their brothers or sisters, and you got their grandparents, and you got their mom and dad all Thai. Like there's like 40 people there, and then I seen them like I got him with the knockout with the right with the left knee. He would have TKO'd my leg, man. He was slamming it, bro. They know to kick really good. I was end up to close the distance and outbox them. But yeah, they're just right there. I just gave my money to them, and they're just
what?
Yeah, there's they don't. The dollar over there is so strong. Like you can go and get some, pad thai or some
pad thai for $1.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah,
where do you street foods? Yeah, I mean, I was living out there. Like I spent maybe like $800 a month, for the whole month for everything.
Wow.
Like my room was like $10, and it was a nice ass room too.
Yeah.
Dan and I were chilling there.
So 800 is probably living large.
Yeah, you're living large. You're chilling. It was crazy because we like turned the TV around when we got there. It was like human cockfighting. Like they're all like, I was like, wow, this is wild. We out here, Daniel. We out here.
Yeah.
This was years ago. Like we just, we had a dream to go out there and fight and compete in the motherland. And my wife wasn't too happy. I was like, hey, babe, I gotta do this.
Did she stay or she go?
Yeah, she stayed. Cause I mean, like at the time, like I need to be focused. Like no alcohol, no nothing. 2 months of training. At that time, I was like ready to fight. Like I was like, I do not care, dude. I'm not training anymore. Yeah. Because 2 days, you're waking up at 6 a.m., 5 or 6. You're training till 12. You're running 4 miles and you're training forever, sparring, whatever. Then you come back at 5 and you do the same shit. It's just.
Then you wake up and do it.
Yeah, you wake up in the morning, eat a little bit of food for $1.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's just like $15 for pad thai.
Guys, it was such a blessing too to go out there with my brother and chase that dream and fight out there, and especially in like a huge stadium of Koh Samui, Penchbuka Stadium.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, and it's crazy too. They put you on a before you fight. You guys seen Gladiator?
Oh yeah, just
dope,
recently.
Dope ass movie. Huh?
Oh yeah.
So, anyways, they put you on a fucking. I can't swear, huh?
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good.
You already did.
Yeah, yeah,
no, we're good. Yeah.
They put you on a shoot.
No, you can cuss.
You can cuss. We're just giving you shit, dude. You're good.
I'm actually gonna edit in cuss words now.
Oh no,
just kidding.
great. This is great, guys. I love it. So they put you on a truck, right? Flatbed truck, right? And there's another car behind it with like a big ass boombox with speakers. They're playing "Eye of the Tiger," and you're by your Thai guy right here, right? And you're just like with your shirt off and Thai shorts, like just practically naked, right? And they drive you around all the island playing Eye of the Tiger, and then like just playing different music, and then pretty much promoting it. Oh, tonight, 4 rules Muay Thai knockout action.
That
Come
sounds
here
awesome.
and see people get knocked out and yada yada yada. I was like, dude, I wanted to run away, bro. And there's like all these Russians and other people. That it's a whole bunch of people, They're like, yo, get it, like in his Russian accent. I remember that one guy, like, yeah, go. I was like, dude, scared out of my mind. My Thai guy's just there, like, on his phone, just like, oh, it's another day. I swear that was the only time I was like, man, I'm gonna run away right now, dude. No, my brother's in a scooter, like, yeah, Ryan, you're gonna get it, because he already fought. So he's already chilling. No, he's not nervous at all. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm about to go in this like cockfight and freaking hopefully I win.
So you're like the center of attention. That's like their advertisement.
There's thousands of people like look at they're advertising because that's how they make money. And there's that stadium it's like filled with 2,000 people. It's nuts, guys. I'm telling you, it was wild. And then to warm up, you just put Thai oil. They just rub you down. And my Thai trainer didn't even speak any English. He just rubbed my hands. I'm just like there. And then right now I'm watching. So they sit you in a chair, like this big ass chair. And I'm by my Thai guy. And they're like, they get up, you take photos before your fight. Like other people want to take photos of you and all this stuff. And also, let me backtrack a little bit. When you get to the island, they have posters everywhere, huge. And your photos there. So everyone knows you. They have posts. They probably spend like hella money on marketing, I tell you. That's all they do. That's what they do,
Yeah, that is the game there.
Yeah,
right?
that's the game. That's it. That's like the football.
Yeah.
That's like the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, we grow up in high school, our high schools are around football. Like we train for football growing up. Like
Exactly.
I can imagine it's the same there, except with the fighting.
And I was so nervous, guys. I tell you, I was like, I fought, of course, but this was like a whole nother like level. Even though like I didn't really care about. Of course you want to win, but I was just there just to be in it,
The experience.
to experience that, and just like we went to the, of course we always like go to the temple, just do a blessing, just this peace, harmony, and peace to my my fighter who I compete against. Hopefully no one gets injured, and I kind of really want to make sure none of us hurt. We just have a good solid fight, right? No injuries. And after that temple experience, you get blessed by the monks and stuff. But anyways, going back to when I was about to fight, they rub you down with Thai oil. That's it, and you're just like, well, all right, you're 8-ounce gloves. And I'm like, dude, it's like someone's getting slept for sure.
Yeah.
Me or him.
What's the standard weight?
10 ounce.
10 ounce, okay.
10 ounce gloves. And right, cut weight, I fought like 132s. I think it was like 127.
And so what is the difference in the weight size of gloves? Like, I don't know
So
anything about this.
yeah, for sure. So 8-ounce gloves are small little knockers. It goes like, 2 ounces like MMA gloves, right? So 4 ounces, it's more like training. 6 ounces, you don't really do that. But 8 ounces are like 2. It's like kind of like for Muay Thai, it's like one championship they use, 2 ounce or 4 ounce, one of those. But 8 ounces, I was like, man, these things are knockers, bro. It's usually 10 ounce though, that are kind of like what you fight here in America.
So the more the more ounces, the less brutal it is.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, because it's less weight. If you have less weight, shoot, that's why MMA, UFC, and stuff like that.
Less cushion too.
A lot of people get knocked out. Yeah. But yeah, I just remember like walking up there, and then you have the American flag, and I'm walking up there and I'm looking at my opponent, it's a Ramoy. It's pretty much, it's, you do like a blessing and you do it's a dance, pretty much like a traditional dance. And after that, I looked to my left, I seen like all the Thai people, the Thai only seating on all the people on the canvas. It's like ready and betting, and you touch gloves and you just kind of play the game. You just like kind of just feel it,
Showtime.
Jabbing it. I remember him kicking my leg so hard. I was like, damn. First kick, you just woof. And I remember like trying to figure out the game too, because when I would check, I wasn't checking as I should, right? When you check, you want to make sure your shin. So he was hitting my calf. So I had to just make a little minor adjustment. But that first kick, you
explain checking so our viewers could know.
So checking pretty much is like when someone kicks you, you put your knee up to your face in a sense, or as far as you can. You want to protect it with your limbs, right? Your shin bone or your knee right here is like the best part, and you want to kind of be covered. So you have defense. So you're defending. So you're not kind of getting tagged on your muscles or any of kind of like those joints or anything, and then you're just gonna get, you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna deteriorate. Your muscles are gonna lose, and you're just gonna flop.
Maybe even cramp up.
Yeah, you're gonna fall.
Yeah.
If you don't check, you're gonna get bruised up. Your muscles are gonna deplete, and you're gonna get TKO'd. That's the bottom line. So checking is so important. Defense is so important. That's why I say like in the point Muay Thai circuit, like work on your defense, be calm, be collective, work on something, then, place your punches correctly. It's not about power. It's about points. It's about connecting. It's about breathing in. Cause like sometimes like breath is very important. That's why I do like a lot of meditation, like yoga and stuff. Cause it really correlates to Muay Thai.
So that's why it's called point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Point Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Cause you want to point. You don't want to,
I thought it was like
knockouts
point
allowed.
contact. Like, or
no, not like karate. Cause sometimes people get like, oh, point karate. Like, oh, I punch. Okay. That's it. You get a point. No, it's like you win by points. And we have like, we got taught, we went to Thailand 2 years ago and got taught by the World Muay Thai Organization, the WMO. They're like the largest Muay Thai organization, of Thailand in a sense. And kind of we got taught how to do the clicker training. Watch, that shit's about to go viral. Watch, everyone's gonna be on their thing, videos of other organizations copying us. So hey,
yeah,
you're welcome.
Yeah, so you're doing some proprietary and some innovative stuff. From what I hear, because you've been doing it for so long, you've been developing some good ways to kind of run these shows and these competitions.
Yeah,
right?
my brother Dan, so smart. It's funny, he dropped out of college, but he was doing like coding and stuff. When he was going to college, right? Because that's what we're doing. We're fighting and going to college. Crazy 20s stuff. But when he was going to college, he was doing like programming. So he was able to kind of figure it out with ChatGPT's help and some other stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
He coded ChatGPT wasn't around at the time, but it definitely helped us out later on in life to code our own matchmaking algorithm. Oh, wow. So we were the first, pretty much first, I would say combat competition. We could find me another one besides maybe Smooth Comp. That's ran by, I think, like a UK company. But we're the first kind of in-house matching algorithm that matches all their fighters, that has a database of all their fighters, that kind of tracks suspensions, injuries, the rankings, because when you win, you go into our rankings. So you go on our website, pmt.west.org, and go click on ranking, and you'll be able to see kind of all the rankings and the fighters, who's the champion. And it's all from my brother.
It's an algorithm, a system that really helps sort all that stuff out.
Oh my gosh, because matching, if you have a bad match, especially with the kids, you're going to hear it from the parents. My kid was 3 years older, or he had 3 more fights, or something.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you explained that a little bit more.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's huge. Yeah.
So the matching is like, it's everything, and be able to kind of simplify it for my promoters too, and make sure like, I could see it. So like if someone's running a show, right, I could go on my app right here on my phone, right, and I could see, okay, this match is good. This match is done. And it's all live, so people could see. We have a time clock, so people could be like, "Oh, I'm up now. I'm on deck." Oh, it's a championship fight. So it's all here. That's why technology, man.
You're in the right building too. Maybe your brother should talk to Exponential Impact about that. Like,
that'd be sick. He geeks out. That's all he does.
Because maybe you can get funding for that. Yeah,
it's something crazy, guys. It's pretty innovative, and it's the first of its kind. And I'm really proud of it.
So yeah, I'd suggest reaching out. One of our sponsors, Exponential Impact, we're this venue space, and they're looking for great ideas, and that sounds like an amazing idea that solves a problem.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah, because you guys could turn that in and not just let other people steal it, but actually sell it to the other people.
I'm down.
Yeah,
actually, give me that contact, and I'll have Daniel. Because you guys got to meet Daniel. Maybe I could have him on the podcast when he comes out, maybe in June. You're gonna love this guy, bro. He's my best friend. An amazing human. I mean,
so I like the coding stuff as well too.
Oh, really?
And so it's like I'd love to talk with him.
He gets geeky out. So
go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So anyways, like I just got off the phone with him because I was like talking about the podcast I'm going on. Yeah. He's all stoked. Like, oh yeah, talk about algorithm and stuff. But he's like getting his little computer because he's a gamer too. He has like PlayStation and stuff. So we like to game. We like to game as well. We're nerds.
Yeah.
But he got his gamer chair and also his little desk, and that's all he does. He wakes up and just codes and figures out different innovative things to make our system better, to make our lives easier.
Yeah.
He's a really big giver, so I love him.
Yeah, because when you were saying the ChatGPT thing, if you have a basic understanding of coding, ChatGPT can accelerate what you're capable of doing, but you still have to have that basic understanding,
Yeah, you have to kind of have that base, and you kind of because so with IKF, right? The international, that's who sanctions us, with Johnny Davis and this guy, and Tony Folsom is the president now, because Steve Folsom passed away a couple years ago, which he was a big catalyst of Muay Thai and kickboxing. Like he really started us off. Older guy, and I think he had some brain problems. Maybe just from working. He worked so much. He would text me because I started doing full rules Muay Thai, like the big leagues, right? He would be texting me at like 2 a.m. like, dude, you're not asleep yet?
That's
He's
me.
always working,
Yeah.
right? I'm like, man, this guy's always working. But where was I going with this? Oh yeah, with Daniel. So with the coding, anyways, man, that guy will be on that all day, all night. He lives it. He wakes up and just codes. But that's what really kind of helped our organization really be where it's at today. Like I wouldn't be here in Colorado if it wasn't for that, because I would have to be in Cali making sure the matches are ran correctly. But now I could be remote. I could
awesome.
oh, this is good. And now all I need is pretty much, like my a Rafael or a Jordan Dodge or Ricky Mendoza, like one of my key players, to be there making sure everything's in place, everything's ran accordingly. That's why technology, guys, is so important. Hopefully it doesn't replace too many jobs in the future, but
It's probably gonna replace all of them. But.
yeah, right. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just so excited. It's kind of just the future of where this is going, and also like maybe Daniel could get on this podcast, and maybe in June, or I know you guys are busy, and this is, like you said, the greatest podcast in Colorado Springs, which is freaking awesome. Love your guys' clips and what y'all are doing in the business world. But yeah, June 20th is our big show in Colorado Springs, the first ever state championship. And we'll probably be sending 1 or 2 Coloradians to Thailand as well in a full sponsorship.
Where's that at? At the event center?
Yeah, it's at I wanted the event center, but
it's like 40,000.
Yeah, not yet. Like maybe definitely in the future, but
I know someone who wanted to rent it out, and he was like, "Oh my God, we spent all of our profits. We're actually in the hole on this one."
Right. So I'm gonna go there, guys. I promise you. And I'm gonna give you a shout out, like, hey, here we are. I'm definitely gonna get there, but I learned my lesson on really kind of watching my overhead and making it successful in a sense. So, but yeah, June 22nd, Hillside Community Center. Really nice people over there. So we're gonna do like probably 10 championship belts, 2 sponsorship packages to Thailand for some fighters from Colorado Springs.
You guys looking for sponsors for that event, or how do you guys?
Man, I honestly, I probably only got like 1 or 2 sponsors ever in my life. In doing this thing, I got vendors, of course. I charge them like 150, $200, but I never really kind of like put myself out there like, oh, do you guys want to sponsor a show? I never veered to that direction, like besides that one time. And now it's over that is because of this other promoter that was like an ego head in a sense. I was like, you got to get these sponsors, man. This is how you do it.
So what percentage, Marcus, would you say your sponsors were for the People's Tiny House Festival?
Probably about 30% of all revenue, I would say. Yeah, they were very big for any event that I did. But
whoa, cool.
It's also, it's definitely an extra effort for sure.
Yeah,
but you have to
take some
prove
time.
the numbers, and you have to be in a space that you're familiar with. So say like next year, if you're in the same space or if you're in the same area, you'd be like, hey, here's the numbers we got last year, and then create some good packages around it. But it's all based on attendance, the area, even economic impact, all those numbers you bring to those people's table. But like that'd be awesome. Like
I'm sure I can.
Big dealership sponsors the whole thing, so you don't have to even worry about the overhead. You can even have sponsors who like literally sponsor like the venue itself or whatever it might be. I used to have it broken down to like the stage, to the alcohol, to the t-shirts, to whatever it might be that I was doing.
And honestly, I think it gives, like, that's a good point too, because I think they're about that. Or maybe they want a tax write-off, or maybe they just want to be part of a community that's bigger than themselves. And they
just love fighting or Muay Thai.
Yeah,
I never even thought of that. I don't even know where I'd start.
Yeah.
I did that one
one-on-one
time
with Marcus or something.
Yeah. It's like maybe kind of like, that's another kind of maybe a something big on the horizon.
Yeah.
And I think I could attack that too and maybe crush it.
Well, we have friends who do the Best of the West Wing Festival. It's a wing festival here in Colorado. It's the only one in Colorado.
He's one of the fighters. He does the jiu-jitsu stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We were telling you about before the show. One of the co-owners, Flip. Yeah. It's Flip and Moritz Aguilera. And They're awesome. And then we've talked about sponsorships, and they're off doing the sponsorship thing right now.
Self-Defense Academy. It just came to me. Sorry.
Yep. Yeah,
that is awesome, though, guys.
Yeah, they do the Wing Festival, and it's awesome. And then they get vendors. They get, a percentage based off of the ticket sales, of course, too. And then they rent out a venue that's outdoors. But the sponsorships is a big piece now that they have a couple years under their belt in the same venue now that they're returning to at the Mining Museum up in Northgate.
They can show the numbers. And you've been doing this for so long. You can probably show the numbers.
Oh,
too.
yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah. And I think I would want to do that. I don't know. I would figure out like a number, maybe something really cheap, but I would want like the community there. Like maybe next year, guys, I'm going to get that event center. Maybe like, probably not in the winter, probably like summertime. Cause I did that event January 13th this year. Bro, tell me why it was the coldest goddamn weekend ever. And I was like, it was like -5 degrees. Remember we had that cold front?
Yeah.
And I was like, I woke up and I was got my shirt on, tucked it in, ready for business. And I was like, whoa. What is?
Oh yeah, you're from Cali too.
Yeah, and I had some like fighters like, oh, it's really cool, man. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah,
That's a poor
like,
excuse. You're fine.
and no one wanted. Hey, I had a food truck too. Oh, dude, hella good food, man. What's that food truck called? I'll give you guys that contact, but it's hella good. Some brisket. Oh my god.
Okay.
And no one wanted to go outside because it was freezing, so they all stayed outside. I got on the mic like, hey guys, there's a food truck, because we had like probably like maybe 400 people there. But we had that's when we had like 100 fighters, but probably. At the Grand Square, I think we had like 8 fighters not show because probably they're cold. They're like,
Yeah.
But yeah, we had like 92 fighters in total, probably like 60 matches.
Awesome.
So it was cool. But anyways, like I was like out in the mic, hey guys, make sure you go to the food trucks. The food truck guy came.
Definitely, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, just take care of my staff.
Yeah,
with food, whatever. But I felt so bad. I ended up like buying stuff because I was like,
bet, yeah.
But you ended up making some sales though.
That's good.
After they were leaving, but because it was a halftime, I was like, hey guys, make sure you go by, because I went to go check on the food truck guy. I was like, hey, you doing okay, bro? He's like, man, no, really, man, no one's coming out.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh shoot.
And that's a big part of the
figure it out.
profits.
Yeah, let me figure it out. I go on the mic, and then no one got at me.
Yeah. And you probably paid to be there, right? Or,
No, I didn't
okay.
charge him.
Okay.
So I just
Sweet.
wanted to make him, I'm still like kind of slowly growing this in Colorado Springs, but every show has been a huge success. I mean, huge.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, the numbers have been great here. I mean, we had, 400, 600 spectators the last show, 80 to 100 fighters. So
Talk about how it helps the youth, because I know that's something that's very important, right? I'm assuming a lot of these people who want to fight come from maybe, poor backgrounds or whatever it might be, and, creating discipline and a way for them to, have something they can hone in on energy wise.
41 minutes. How long have we been going?
an hour.
So the last 20 minutes right there?
We got this one though.
We serve it up. All right.
Let's do this.
All right. So a lot of these fighters that you have come from probably different backgrounds. I'm assuming a lot from maybe just poorer backgrounds as well. Is there like a direct correlation? I know like we've all seen Rocky where, someone comes from the slums and they hone in on their skills to develop a discipline. And if that's the case with you, like how does that help the community? Obviously.
No, awesome, man. That's a wonderful question, brother. This is like one of the things that I love what we do, because a lot of these kids also are kind of growing up in a crime or impoverished or different dark backgrounds, and for them to have a platform to be able to compete weekend after weekend gets them out of joining a gang, getting bad grades, because sometimes like, oh, you can't compete unless you have good grades, right? So it kind of keeps them on a right path, on a martial arts path, to really instill core values in themselves, spiritually, physically, and mentally. So yeah, we had a good amount of kids that kind of like ghetto kids that kind of change their lives through our circuit that now are probably champions. And we had a couple champions that develop in our circuits. I wouldn't say all of them are from a crazy background, but we have fighters that started in our circuit too, not youth in a sense, not yet, 'cause, they're still kind of growing up, but that are in UFC, Bellator, that started in our platform. But yeah, to answer your question, that's one thing I'm really grateful for, to kind of instill the youth, instill them, you are the master of your mind, your body, and to kind of conquer your fears on going out in the mat, competing, and being the best version you can be, and you know, keeping them out of trouble, and teaching them the martial arts way of learning. You know, the learning is endless. So yeah.
There's a recent study that and Andrew might know because he follows a lot of the podcast series that I follow as well, but I hope I don't get the statistic too wrong, but I know generally what it is. It's 77% of the youth between the age of 17 and 24 would not qualify for any military in any U.S. branch military as it sits right now, which I thought was an insane statistic. Really? And it's
Did Chris Williams say that?
Yep.
Sounds like something you'd say.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that
he's a podcaster,
big podcast guy. But yeah, I think that's super concerning for one, just in general for our U.S. military, but two, like what is? I just want to get your gauge on that because obviously you're dealing with a lot of the youth of our age, and I know every generation, especially our generations, like they always look back and be like, oh, the generation coming after us, they're so soft or they're so weak or they're so whatever. But there's for the first time, I think there's actually some numbers behind that a little bit.
I believe it with that too, because I mean, not with the martial arts community that I see, like, you know, they're not on their phones. They're more of like engaged of competing. I think nowadays in the technological era, you know, we're in the same generation, of course, but we had a little glimpse of, like, you know, playing games. But now it's like you're growing up. When you're freaking 4, you're on an iPad. You know, schooling's online, so everything's kind of like on a computer. And I don't know if you guys in online schooling, but that's, dude, I'll be cheating all the time in online schooling. You know, you don't really engage because you're not with the energy. We're energetic beings. We can't just be confined to a screen and be sucked in, you know, and just plugged into that matrix. No, we got to be connected, because we're all connected, you know, subatomically or whatever. We're all kind of somehow connected in a sense. But yeah, that's what I mean. That's what your study. What 17 to 24-year-olds can't be in the military or something like that.
Yeah, 77% of them do not qualify, whether it's mental health, whether it's physical, you know, demands of whatever it might be. They're just overweight, obese, or whatever it is. They're not able to actually pass the current qualifications to get into the military.
I think it's the phones. I think it's the you know us. We used to go out and play. Now it's just like, you know, what do? You're on a device. All day, if it's games, or I mean, games are good in a sense, but you have to have moderation, and the parents have to kind of discipline the kids to like go out and you know, and kind of do activities. But I think what we're seeing now is like we're in more of like, you know, the virtual era. You know, you're having a freaking thing over your eyes and you're just plugged in.
I was just thinking about, like,
right? I don't know. I mean, that's what kind of my vision. What of other kids, like my friends, like little girl, like, there's no respect. You know, it's just like they're on their things like all day, and then if they say to go to bed, like there's still disrespect. I think it's like in our generation now, like we have to kind of crack the whip in a sense and kind of buckle down and teach the youth. You know, get them into martial arts, bro. Shoot, get punched in the face. You're gonna learn real quick.
Yeah, nothing's more social than fighting, right?
You're gonna learn real quick. But that's crazy. I mean, we're going in a different direction now, but that is I never heard that study, but I definitely believe that.
It's sad.
It is. Isn't that crazy though to think of? Like where this generation is going though.
I have a thing that I do every time I go into an elevator with a crowded group of people. I put my phone down and just like look if
they're on it.
If anybody else is not without a phone, and it's usually I'm the only one.
No way.
So I just put it down. I'll look around. And just any situation where you're around other human beings where they're waiting for something.
Yes. Next time you're at a stoplight, look at all the other cars. Everyone's on their phone.
Shut up. Really? I never even thought of that.
Next time do that. Next time do that when you're at a stoplight.
It blows my mind, but it also reconfirms what we're all thinking. Like, dude, we cannot be idle and just chill in the moment.
Question. Look, did you guys see what that Facebook outage happened today?
Yeah.
People were talking about it.
People were freaking out.
Yeah.
We're so.
Well, I work in it, so it's not like I was freaking out about
I was
posting
I was trying to
something.
change my password because I was doing some marketing posts. I got to show you.
Yeah,
But
he
I
does
was like-
marketing, so he couldn't work.
and then like I texted like my partner and also my brother Daniel. He's like, yeah, man, I tried to change my password like 15 times.
Oh,
and it
geez.
shows you how like everyone's just plugged.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Isn't it wild? I never thought of that. I'm gonna do that thing. Of the phones. I'm gonna
next time you're at a stoplight and next time you're in an elevator. It's
so
actually
what should we
very
do? What do you
interesting.
guys do? What's up with you guys? Like with your phones?
Oh, I'm on the phone all the time.
What should we do?
I'm one of the guys. I just happened to look up and I was like, that person on the phone, that person on the phone, that person on the phone. Every single one. It's crazy.
How do you disconnect?
Well, here's the thing. We still have a phone we have to look at. Eventually, when we have a world in which everything's interacting with us or the contacts, they're going to be laughing at us to be like, at least you guys could disconnect because you can actually put your phone down or put your phone in your pocket or whatever it might have been. So we are the blessed generation of it's just not going to be, we're not going to be born to it everywhere around us.
You think maybe in our generation that there'll be like contacts that people are marketing and like
100%. Yeah. I think within the next 5 to 10 years.
Dan, that you could record everything from your contacts like that. What's that? There's a
Black
show,
Mirror.
Dude, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You guys watch all those or no?
Oh, yeah.
I've had an existential crisis once watching. I stayed up all night and like I was watching this episode and I just like started like almost had a panic attack. It was the military episode where he.
Oh yeah, that one is wild. Yeah, or the phone. Remember when their phone? Everyone's raped.
Yeah.
I tried like not having my phone for a day and I was like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
It's crazy
because you need it,
I'm an embracer of the technology, to be honest.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Like you said with the VR stuff, like just think like, what if we cross the bridge where you have like a suit on and you like play a VR fighting game and it actually induces pain when
I
get
could
hit.
be there at my event, like walking around, freaking VR. Hey, get over there, Judge. No.
So it's like you have this this VR sparring where you have this suit on where
so sick.
It actually hurts you when you get hit, but you can like turn down or crank up the pain level, and
How does it hurt you?
People
Does
be
it shock you?
dying from
Probably
that. All the extremists
Or a
turning
pinch,
on like the highest, like all the weirdos. Like,
well,
there's
that thing where they were talking about the way AI will hack humans is by a constant just boatload of pleasure. Like just and like it'll just
that episode of Black Mirror, the gay one where they're like banging each other and shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're getting it right. That's it, right. That was wild, bro.
This is crazy. It's true though. Man.
Technically, he was banging a girl in the game.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so we're good.
It's very funny.
Oh god, guys, this is great. I'm gonna trip when that really happens, though. I mean, they're already doing that. Like, I don't know if you like Steve will had that little headset. He's like gambling or shit or something.
Yeah, yeah. But then you'll have an event. You're like, Marcus, I have an event with 16 million people fighting at the same time or whatever. Cause
it's all virtual.
VR, yeah.
Bro, wouldn't it be trip if like I'm like doing my point Muay Thai and it's like just all in the virtual world now? Like, and then people are buying tickets to go watch and and then people are fighting and they're all connected like via virtual shit and they're competing.
And it won't even be a big ass headset. It'll just be contact.
Yeah, some contact you just plugged in. What do you think?
I think that's where things are going. Yeah, it scared me a while ago when I first seen Black Mirror. Like it's almost been a decade since I seen those episodes. So it's like I've had like a whole decade to think about this stuff. And
they have the self-driving cars like the Teslas and shit like that. I mean, they're not fully self-driving.
The only thing holding them back right now is the human touch, but the human touch will eventually be
able to be
replaced.
Maybe because politics.
Well, everybody's gonna be plugged in there with you, so there's the human touch, right?
Well, the AI will match the human touch at one point. That's the
meaning like going to an event, going to an event, experiencing an event like a sporting event. There's a whole nother buzz when you go to an event, a live event. It's like there's a buzz in there, and everybody's all jazzed, and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. They're gonna cross that threshold eventually, and that's when it's gonna be.
It's an exciting future for me.
You guys think so? Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Some people think
crazy.
It's dystopian, which if you want to look at it that way, you can. But like, I like the.
It
makes me excited.
Bro. It's fucking wild, but damn, I embrace it, dude. It is what it is. Like I can't stop it. Might as well embrace it. Let's go. Make some money off this shit.
There you go.
I'm gonna be tripping though when they do that contact with the Black Mirror episode when they kind of record everything or whatever.
Yeah.
That was wild. That was a good series. I wonder if they're gonna make any more.
They are. I think they're. I know when COVID happened, they actually had some episodes that they've already released them by now. But COVID like the shutdowns happened, and then they had episodes ready to be released. They're like, the world's too crazy right now. This is just gonna make people more crazy by releasing these episodes. So they actually waited a couple years to release them, and then those episodes came out like last year, and they were pretty good. So there's some new episodes. I don't know if you've seen the ones from last year, but
yeah, I've seen all of them.
Okay, yeah, I love that show.
Hey, you watch Avatar?
Oh, I watched the new one.
You know the new one?
Yeah.
You watch all of it?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
The new one.
I watched only episode 1 and 2.
It's so good. They spent like
it's so sick. You gotta watch one today.
They said they spent like 15 million per episode.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I believe it. It's so
The
fucking
quality's
high
good.
tech.
I'm watching it again in Spanish right now, actually.
No.
I'm trying to learn another
I just came
language.
back from Mexico. I got my fucking backpack stolen there.
Really?
In Zihuatanejo.
Damn.
My buddy was getting married out there, and I had a good time, but it was crazy. Dude, this place was fucking expensive though.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's why, like I walked around, like man, dude, there's only boomers like everywhere. And I talked to I met some friends, of course, like the owner, the restaurant people. And I was like, hey, dude, like, I'm like the only kind of like, I'm not young, but like middle-aged kind of man in a sense, like young guy here. He's like, oh yeah, only white boomers here, man. You know, they got the money, you know what I'm saying? He was funny. I was like,
Oh
damn,
my gosh.
he was hella funny. But I made the best of it. Went like parasailing and shit. And
Nice.
yeah, but right when I was going to leave, guys, my fucking backpack got jacked. Yep. But the motherfucker took out my jacket, which I love my jacket. My Levi's jacket, it was like $100. Shit. And my sandals. And then it's like, all right. But thank God because I usually put my passport in there, my wallet, and like all my shit. So like right when I seen it, it was gone. Someone like fucking, got me. I got gotted.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thank God. That's all I care about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then I'm fucked.
Yeah.
And I had an event in Ontario. This is last week. I had an event in Ontario this past weekend. And I had over 220 fighters at the Ontario Convention Center. It cost the venue itself cost like $14,000. So I had to make sure I was on my A game. And they're like, dude, if my fucking passport's done, like I'm fucked. It's gonna derail my shit so bad. And I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Whatever's out there, shit. Thank you.
Yeah, I had friends in Italy, and I guess Italy's notorious for thefts.
Oh, theft. Oh, okay.
And so they rented a car. We all rented a car, and we're in and out of that
For
country.
pickpockets specifically too.
Yeah,
Really? Shit.
Rome is like notorious for that.
They'll
But
do
they
it.
were just
They'll do it
outside
on your body.
They were
Yeah.
just outside of Rome, and they went and grabbed a bite to eat, and someone jacked everything in their car. Rental car, broke the window. So even when you're renting cars there, they're like, by the way, you have to get the theft insurance because it's so likely here that you're going to get it stolen or someone's going to break in.
But the murders rate is like none.
Yeah, there's
They
like
have
no
like one murder.
It's all petty theft. There's
That's
no
like San Fran.
actual
San
murder.
Fran's petty, but there's probably a lot of murder there in San Fran. But hella thefts happen in San
Yeah.
Francisco.
Oh, I believe
Bro,
that.
right in
seen
front
that,
of me,
yeah.
dude. Fucking,
I've seen
guy in
videos
the
on
keep-
it,
Yeah, hella common there, dude. That was the first time because I had a show there at the Masonic Center in San Fran. Dope ass venue though. But I was walking because my referee forgot. I forgot he needed some shirts. I was like, hey, just ref, and I'll go to your car. So I grabbed his keys real quick, and he was fucking hella far away, like 2 blocks. First time I ever seen someone with a needle, probably heroin or whatever.
Yeah.
And a crack pipe.
And a crack pipe.
Glass crack pipe. And he's like fucking needle, like doing 2 things at one. I was like, no fucking way. I wanted to record it, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna go.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, what the fuck? And that's the first time I ever seen like the people they do this.
Yeah.
They're like all like
The
hunchbacked
zombies.
and shit. Yeah,
I've
Maybe
heard about them.
fentanyl
Yeah.
Or, it's
God.
sad.
I think a lot
That
of it
shit's
is
hella
fentanyl now.
common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard it in California. That's like one of the places with the biggest issues on that. I think it's what I've heard. So
and I just found out like my sister-in-law gave birth to a baby boy, Mari, cutest kid ever. But they gave her fentanyl. I'm like, what? No, don't take that. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know it was like for child labor or anything. So fentanyl is used for child labor.
So that's what its actual purpose is
yeah,
for?
it's for because they're relieved to make you, numb and feel
Yeah.
good. Never knew that.
Wow.
And then you only take a little bit. She only took like a little bit of it. Me motherfuckers are doing fucking lines.
well, that's why it's deadly is because it's
So
like so
strong.
yeah,
Potent,
so
right?
potent.
Fuck that shit.
That's crazy, man.
Oh, hell
Yeah,
yeah, guys.
there's a person I was connected to on Facebook just like a couple weeks ago in Kansas City. He's like friends with a bunch of like I'm from Kansas City, so
Yeah.
it's like he's friends with a bunch of like the people I know in Kansas City, and him and 5 other people all died from fentanyl overdose.
Fuck.
Just they all.
Probably just trying to party, maybe get some coke or something. Like who knows?
That's probably what it was.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's wild. Yeah.
That's why you can't freaking accept anything. I'm
Can't
good,
do
man.
anything anymore.
Hell no.
Yeah,
I'm
we
good.
were
I did.
lucky.
Yeah, we
We're
were.
probably the last generation that was able to do dumb shit. And,
I had my good times
it would
and
be okay.
Thank God. Yeah, because I did a lot of dumb shit for sure.
But yeah, let's start wrapping this
Yep.
up.
dude,
Yeah.
awesome. Yep. What we got?
First and foremost, thank you so much for coming on the show. This has been awesome. And
sir.
so this is your camera right here. Give this your camera. Where can we find you?
Oh, awesome. Sweaty Cup. You could find our website at pmtwest.org.
And speak it to the mic too.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
pmtwest.com/org. We're in California, Nevada, Colorado, baby, Texas. We're hitting Wyoming and Utah as well. So that's where we're branching out. We got a couple shows.
Tournament
in those
June.
states. June 20th, Colorado Point Muay Thai State Championship. And then May 5th, our first show in Denver at a beautiful arena. So, but yeah, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much, Cop. I look forward to coming on some more, and blessings to everyone out there, and keep on, being the best version you can be.
Love it. Well, this has been a vibe all in itself. We went from
it's
everywhere from Muay Thai to AI to everything in between,
To
man.
fentanyl.
Yeah, to fentanyl.
We're into everything.
We're getting off the rails a little bit, but you know
that's
what? It
great.
needs to be talked about.
Yeah.
So Ryan, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. We really
you guys
really
so much.
appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on the next one.